to run that bass low.
Hey, what's up, channel? It's been a while since I uploaded my last gameplay, but in this gameplay I'm going to be using a reflex sight, stock, and quick draw foul with dexterity, toughness, and dexterity, toughness, and flak jacket with a stun and nade. To quickly go over a few things about this gameplay. So I went 42 and 13. This was actually quite a bit ago before it was before the MLG Dallas qualifiers. Let's put it this way. It was when we first started forming our team with Miracles. For those of you that don't know, the new Fariko lineup is myself, Miracles, Killa, and Karma. So to get you guys up to date, we've been doing really well. I mean, me, Killa, sorted out issues that we had in the past, and I mean, at this point in time, it's just been nothing but teamwork. We're looking really solid, at least when it comes down to our qualifier matches, where we all really, you know, put our whole effort into it. I mean, whenever we put all our effort into matches, I mean, it seems like we're a really hard team to beat, and it's awesome. Like I really enjoy playing with this squad, and I'm really happy that me and Karma and Killa decided to pick up Miracles, because Miracles is a strong player. He's really aggressive, he's smart, he stays calm, and he keeps up the communication, which is really what we needed. Somebody that was just calm, willing to listen, and just put all his all into the team and wasn't a selfish person, you know. So a few more things. So to update you guys, the CoD $1 million tournament was announced, and so was MLG Dallas. As of now, since Damon is Canadian, he can't participate in the league qualifiers, so he's resorted to just qualifying off Dallas. So we've been practicing all the Dallas game modes. We haven't really been playing much league other than solo queue once in a while. But our main focus is Dallas. I mean, if we don't win Dallas or even place top 4, I really won't be disappointed. I just want to place top 8. One reason why I won't be disappointed without top 4 is because the brackets as of now and stuff like that are kind of fluky. Considering this qualifier was a random seeding, you see teams like Unite and Thrust and EnVy all facing up in the first few rounds, and one of them's going to have to go out, you know. So teams might get fluky placings in the qualifier, which causes them fluky places in the bracket. And you know, like the number 1 seed, like if let's say you win this qualifying tournament and EnVy gets knocked out and does not make it into the top 12 of league, obviously EnVy will come out of open bracket easily, you know, if they don't make it there. And then they're going to end up having to play one of the top seeds, you know, and then one of them's going to drop to losers. And like, that just puts people at such a disadvantage. The fact that like people are going to have such fluky points and seeds in the championship bracket, and some are going to have to go out into open bracket and fight from there. So I mean, at this point, like the seedings are always just going to be random, at least for Dallas, until the better teams are established and all that stuff. So to me, my focus is just getting top 8 at Dallas. If I don't get top 8, I'll probably be really disappointed. Actually, I will be really disappointed, because if you don't get top 8 at Dallas, that kind of just leaves April, and you're just going to sit there and, you know, be like, oh, I'm so jealous of all the pro players going to XP and competing for this $1 million cash prize. So we're completely focused. I mean, at this point, we're considered at least a top 4 team in most people's eyes. So if we choke and don't place top 8, in my opinion, we don't deserve to go. I know we all want to go, and I do, but I mean, we really shouldn't place out of top 8. If we do place out of top 8, it's nobody else's fault but ours. I mean, we're all really talented players. A lot of us get that much better on LAN. I know me, Miracles, both are California players, or not California, but West Coast rather, because Miracles is in Vegas. So online, we're faced with a lot of difficulty, especially playing against a lot of East Coast hosts, New York, Jersey, Philly, all that type of stuff. So it's always a struggle for us. But I mean, Fariko placed 3rd at UMG, and that was with Too Quick and John instead. Too Quick and John were a big asset to their team, but in my opinion, me and Miracles bring just as much to the table as they do. They weren't a strong S&D team before I joined. I bring the S&D game, and I definitely, in my opinion, I'm not sure if they'd agree with me, but they should, in my opinion. I brought a lot of S&D smarts and strategy to their gameplay now, which Search and Destroy is actually one of our strongest game modes now. Our hardpoint's been looking solid. We rarely ever lose hardpoint on or off host, which is, you know, nuts. CTF, I mean, CTF is always a bit, you know, it's anybody's game in my opinion, just because you can get a flag cap and play defense for pretty much the whole game. But we're looking pretty good at that. I mean, we all know what we need to do. We all know how to rotate and all that nonsense. We're a really good team, at least from my perspective. When we all put our effort into everything and go as hard as we can. Scrim aren't the most important thing, and we kind of realize that. We just use it to practice, keep our shots warm, and just make sure we're somewhat on the same page when we scrim. It's not that big a deal, and in my opinion, that's the way teams should be. They should use it to just practice. You know, it's not that serious. I mean, if you lose, you lose. You just play, You know what you're capable of. At least for the top teams. For the top teams, you know what you're capable of when things really matter. Otherwise, you wouldn't be a top team in this game. So use scrims as practice. Don't take them too seriously. Don't feel the need to drop somebody because they're messing around in a scrim or they're doing bad. You know, it's really not that serious. But to update you guys, at least from this point on, our bracket is going to be looking like we play Phoenix. If we beat Phoenix, we'll play High Society. If we beat High Society, we will play Complexity. If we beat Complexity, we will play VVV, and then from then on, it's kind of a throw-up from all the other teams that are on the other sides of the brackets. If we make it to round 6 winners, which basically means we beat Complexity, or Fear, rather. I forgot about Fear. Fear plays Complexity tonight. If we beat Complexity or Fear when we get there, assuming we do, we will be in the top 12 and have a top 12 seeding going into Dallas. So that means if we get a top 12 seeding, that means all you have to do is win 2 games in a row. 2 games in a row at Dallas, and you will be in the top 8. For sure. Actually, rather, top 6. Top eight is found in the losers bracket through consolations and stuff like that. But the top 6 teams, if you win 2 rounds in winners bracket, once you get to Dallas at the championship level, you will place at least top 6. If you want to win the event, or actually not win the event, but make it to the finals, win 4 matches in a row in the championship bracket. It may seem like a little, but in reality, it's actually quite a lot because. Alright, usually the first team you play in championship bracket will be one of the low tier top 16 teams, assuming the seedings are correct. And then you'll play like a decent, like a pretty good team. Like it won't be a walk in the park. But then once you start getting into the 3rd and 4th rounds of the winners bracket, that's when you're playing the big dogs, the best teams that make it through the first rounds of the championship bracket. It's a struggle. I've been there multiple times. I've placed top 4, top 2 multiple times, and it really is a struggle. No games are easy. Every team poses a challenge on LAN. No one's just a walk in the park for the most part, unless they're a few AM teams. But I mean, even the smaller, less known pro teams are all a struggle. Everyone basically is good on LAN. You can't underestimate anybody, and that's our mentality. We really don't care who we play. We really do not care. Everyone gets treated the same. We're gonna do our best to play the same against everybody, and beat everyone. Win. If you want to be the best, you gotta beat everybody. You can't just try to isolate the competition, which that came up with the whole 17+ issue for what freaking event was that? CoD Championships. At first it was only 18+, now it's 17+, and people under that can substitute players. So basically that affects people like John, Ricky, and Scump. I mean, John and Scump are both extremely valuable assets to their team. So a lot of people are like, oh, if they can't go, that kind of singles out those teams. and we don't have to worry about them. But in my attitude, it really wasn't like that. It was just like, man, now if whoever wins, or even if we were to win, I mean, that would just prove nothing because the whole competition wasn't there. That's how I felt about the first CoD XP, considering like no one was 18 back then. That's why like the teams were all pickup teams. No real teams went really. Like everyone was a pickup. So I mean, there's no more excuses now. Whoever wins these tournaments, I mean, they are the best. There's no argument. They are the best. But anyways, this brings me to the end of the commentary. So I hope you enjoyed this 40 bomb versus EnVy. I will be uploading a lot more, I promise now. So go ahead and like and subscribe. Take care, guys.